Hi, my name's Roisin from Mesh Chef Cookery Classes, and these are my children. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Rowena, and I'll be doing funny bishop.
Okay, what's your age?
5.
Okay, and what's your name? You didn't tell me.
Oscar.
Oscar, and what age are you?
3.
Okay, now hop back up there. Okay, and today we are going to make pizza dough.
I love pizza dough.
Okay, let me talk for a second. Okay, so rule number 1 when you're cooking with children is to keep the ingredients on this side of you and the children on the other side, so that you can pass things over one by one and don't end up with a bag of flour tipped over the floor. Now, for our pizza dough, we are going to do this as low tech as possible to make sure people can join in. So we are going to use... I'll get you an apron in a minute. Is that okay? We weren't expecting you to join us. Okay, now, so a bowl, some sort of a spoon or spatula. If you don't have a bowl big enough, you can use a saucepan. We have a scales here, but you can survive without a scales if you just go by your bag of flour is either going to be 1 kilo or 1.5 kilo, and you can just, so you're going to need 500 grams, so you can just add, if it's a 1 kilo bag, add half of it, you know, and go by sight if you don't have a scales. Oscar, don't touch the camera.
I just want to look at it.
Okay,
for a minute.
Okay, but please don't touch it, okay? Thanks, darling. Right, also you're going to need to be able to measure your water, but we're going to be using 330 mils of lukewarm water. So you can either weigh it, 330 mils weighs 330 grams of water, so that's fine. And if you don't have something, if you don't have a scales or a measuring jug, a standard size can is usually 330 mils. You can check, so you can wash out an old Coke can. I didn't have a Coke can, only had one of these. But you can, when it's empty, you can rinse it out and use that to measure your water either. So we are going to be starting off for our ingredients. So strong flour.
Mommy.
Yes, darling.
What is strong flour?
Oh, good question, Oscar.
Yeah, my brother wants to know it. Strong flour.
Strong flour.
Oh, is
I didn't actually ask him to say that. No, it's not like strong. What it means?
Does the flour go strong with vegetables?
Because it ate its vegetables. Okay, guys, just wait for a second. Strong flour means that there is a higher level of gluten, and gluten is the protein that's in flour. So more gluten means it's a strong flour. The gluten is the elastic part of the dough. It's what makes it stretchy. So we're making pizza dough. We want it to be super stretchy. We're using yeast. With any yeast dough, you need to use strong flour. Okay. You can use plain flour, by the way, but it actually won't be as good. But you can do it if you need to. Yeah, we'll do that in a little while. Okay. Could you leave that?
And this is the measure sign.
That's the Mesh Chef sign, yeah. Okay.
Chocolate.
Guys, can you turn around?
No, that's not chocolate. That's a.
Okay. Right, so 500 grams of strong flour, 1 teaspoon of dried yeast. Usually this comes in pre-weighed sachets. I just happen to have this one that's loose, but normally it'll be 1 sachet or 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about a tablespoon of olive oil. 330 mils of lukewarm water. And that's all of the ingredients, so I'll have those written out for you. Just in terms of adding sugar and salt, it's really important to look at the functionality of an ingredient before you decide whether you should be leaving it out or not. So sugar has an important function in this, which is to provide food for the yeast. So the yeast is going to literally feed on the sugar in the dough and make it grow. You're only putting in
the sugar. That's actually very weird, Mom.
Is it?
Now tell them all about when they. Never mind. They just feed.
Okay, so yeast is like little tiny living things, and they eat the sugar. And it makes them grow big and strong, and they breathe out bubbles inside the dough, and that makes it get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Can I see the bubbles?
You'll see it when the dough is growing, okay? Right, So I think we better just get stuck in, and if I need to give more notes I will. So we're going to measure in 500 grams of flour. Guys, I'm going to do the main part of the measuring and then you can do the mixing. Oscar, can you get off
Can I
the
just
table,
mix it
please?
first?
Now, first of all, I want you to look out on here for the number 5 when it comes up, okay? So it's going to say 5 and then 0 and then 0. That's what we're looking for, okay? 5 and then 0 and then 0. You're getting close now.
That's 0.
Okay, what's it say now?
5.
Don't touch, yeah, but don't press onto it.
It's
Like.
5 and then 0, 0, 5.
Yeah, okay, well you read it this direction, so 5, 0, 0. Okay, well done. Now, I'm going to pop in a teaspoon of sugar, just a flat kind of teaspoon. Teaspoon of salt,
Oh no, I just love that.
right, which is both for flavour and to stop the yeast from going too wild. Oscar, stop, don't blow it, don't blow it, don't blow it. Okay, now, 1 teaspoon of...
Insects.
Yeah, well they're super tiny, like, you see.
Oh
Okay.
god,
Now,
that
one
is
of-
fine.
okay, Oscar, will you stir that very gently, chicken, okay? Okay. How are we doing so far? Ooh, holy moly.
What?
I hope I pressed record, did I? Let me just check. Yep. Okay, grand. Okay, Oscar, how are you getting on there with the mixing?
Good.
Okay, I'm going to show you just quickly, right? When you're mixing, you should scoop all around the outside of the bowl and then give it a stir in the
That's
middle.
what I learned from Mummy right now. Isn't that good? Ladies and gentlemen. Can I have a feel of it?
Yeah, you can have a little feel of it now. Are your hands clean?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, right, hands back out.
Little hole.
Okay, well that is actually what we have to do next, is make a hole in the middle. What we could say is we make a well in the middle.
Well.
A well, okay, and that's where we're going to put our liquid into now.
Okay. Ready?
Now, okay, I'm going to put it back into the scales for a second, right? So we're going to put in about, I forgot to bring over a tablespoon, but we're going to put in about a tablespoon of oil.
Can I
No, wait. Okay, now we have to put in the flour, so I'm going to press 0. So 330 mils of lukewarm water. Now when it's lukewarm, it should literally feel the same temperature as your hand. It shouldn't feel too cold. It shouldn't feel cold, it shouldn't feel hot. It should just feel, okay, yeah.
Oh, it feels like old.
It feels old. What do you
It
mean?
feels like old stinky socks. That really looks like
Now,
a yellow.
Read the numbers for me there.
3, 3, 4.
3, 3, 4. So I went over it slightly, but it's okay. Now, Oscar, I'm going to let Rowena have a go with this one, and then we're all going to knead the dough, okay? So we're finished with that now.
Duh. It smells good.
Does it? I love the smell of yeast.
I like the smell.
Now, we have to mix it quite quickly, so go for it.
After
Okay.
my sister.
Don't add the liquid in stages, just add the whole lot at once. You can pre-measure it into a separate container to make sure you have the right amount first if you want.
Can I have a turn? Oh, it just smells so good.
Does it? Okay, can I have a little go for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because it is a very thick dough, so it can be a little bit hard for children to mix. Keep your fingers
I
out.
want to have a turn.
Okay, well just keep your fingers out until the end. Thank you. Yes, okay, go on. Rowena.
You really made me fall.
Okay,
I'm standing on my hands. I'm scared.
I forgot to say that a good thing to have beside you when you're cooking with children is a damp cloth and a tea towel for spills and wipes and wiping sticky fingers and stuff like that.
Wipes.
Yeah, along the way.
Can I
Okay.
just tell you something if I go up to the front? Oh,
Well, I don't go right up into the camera's face, maybe not just for a minute. Now, hold on a second. Can I show the people the dough, Oscar?
Oh, she said.
Whoops. No. Okay, just a second.
I want to have a mix of
So,
the dough.
you're going to have a mix of the dough. Let me just see. Now, can we see it? There we go. So it's still quite gloopy. I'm going to give it a real...
Can I see the camera for a
Oh,
minute?
just get back over this side or the camera's going to be... No. Okay, Oscar, don't touch the camera. Don't
I'm
touch
not.
it.
I'm touching the wall.
You're touching the wall. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a squish around with my hand. Well, no, maybe not. Hold on a second.
Can I do that? But you
Right.
just-
There you go. Now,
Ugh.
Oscar, are you coming over to Don't stick your hand. Okay. Right. Okay, guys, listen for a second. When a child does this and makes their hand all sticky, Rowena, put your hands out. Put some flour on it. Now rub like mad. Rub like mad. Okay, and we'll get all of the bits off.
See, I'm sure.
Oh, you did that on purpose, did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm just showing people.
You're showing the people, okay.
Okay.
Okay, grand. Are
I
your
was
hands,
just showing
are your
you.
hands unsticky?
Well, I was just showing you guys. So, that's what happened.
Okay, right. Okay, get onto your own stool, yeah. Okay, now we are going to start doing kneading. Oscar, stand up. I need you. Oscar.
Do that on my side first. Oh.
Now, I'm going to give you your own piece of dough to knead, and we're going to show the people how we do this.
I
part.
know how to knead, everyone.
Now,
You can just copy me.
okay, let me talk for a sec, okay? So you can use a mixer for this, but it is much more fun and very easy to knead it by hand. So you need to knead the dough for about 5 minutes to make it all soft and squishy, and then you're going to leave it to one side.
We're going to show you what our dough looks like at the end of the show. And I'm going to show you something very funny, which my brother won't like because I'm using one of his toys.
Okay.
Just
Let me do the talking for a second, okay? So I'm just going to quickly knead the dough a little bit. What you do is you fold it over and keep turning it around, all right? I'm going to explosion. I'm going to do a little close-up of kneading the dough so that you'll be able to see how to do it. Okay, now, shh. Okay, Oscar, do you want to come up? Don't touch that bowl. Okay. Right. I'm just going to divide this up. It doesn't matter what size. I'm just going to give the children smaller pieces so that they can manage to do. Now, guys, hold on a second. It's a little bit sticky. Now. Wait. Right. So, what we do is
I don't
fold.
want to do it.
Listen, shh, let me explain first and then you can tell them. Fold, roll, twist, or turn, sorry, I should say turn. Okay, fold, roll, turn. Now I'm going to do a close-up of this on the video so you'll be able to see. I'm going to do this. Fold, roll. I know you know, but the people on the camera don't. Turn. Fold, roll, turn. Fold, roll, turn.
Can this be our dough
Fold, roll,
for pizza and
turn.
movie night?
And then you do it a bit faster. This will be our dough for pizza and movie night, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll say over
Turn. Okay, fold, roll, turn. And then you start doing it faster.
Okay, I can't
Fold,
do that.
roll, turn. You know, you don't have to do it fast. I'm just going to do it
Okay, I'm
fast.
just going to do this.
Okay, yeah, you can also throw it onto the table.
Hey, can you try mine, please?
You can pretend it is somebody if you want to. Maybe not your children, but
I'm
no.
tapping on the little. I can't do it. Can you please do it with my dough? Ow!
Forget it. Sorry.
Yeah, you got your. Oh, I think that is so good.
Now, come on.
Fold.
Fold. Oopsies. Right, it's grand. It'll do fine. Oh, Rowena, don't throw them off the table, guys.
It's so funny.
Oscar. Okay. Oscar,
That's not the proper way.
Let's calm down, guys. Calm down, okay?
Oh, yeah,
Let's
that's
count.
Mr.
I want you to count to 3 with me. 1,
1,
2, 3. Now, let's go again. Right? Fold, roll, turn. Fold, roll, turn. Fold, roll, turn.
Fold, roll.
You're getting a wee bit sticky there, so yeah, go for it. Okay.
And then
Ma'am, oh, stop throwing it off the table. Seriously, I'm not going to be impressed if you do that again. Rowena, I'm going to swap with you and I'm going to give yours a little bit of a knead.
I
Okay.
want to swap.
Keep it on the table. That's enough banging, okay?
Ow.
Enough banging. What was I going to say?
Yeah.
You'll be able to feel the difference in the dough as it gets kind of smoother and tighter.
Okay. Fold.
And also, if you keep swapping over with your kids, so that because you're going to be a lot stronger at doing this.
Bowl.
You can set an alarm if you want, just to make sure you're trying to do it for about 5 minutes. So what you do then is you pop it back into the bowl, cover it with a tea towel, and leave it in a warm place for about an hour.
Until it's moving out.
Yeah.
So
Don't-
one, two.
Now you want to leave it somewhere warm, so if your kitchen is a little bit cool, what you can do is switch on your oven just for like 2 or 3 minutes, take the chill off it, switch it off, and then put your bowl inside. Oscar, you're going to wobble the camera. Can you just stop, please? Please, 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 please. Come on, get out from over there.
Mom, can I wash my hands, please?
Yeah, go and wash your hands. Now, okay, so you let it rise in the bowl for about an hour, but if you only have half an hour, grand. If you need to leave it for 2 hours, fine, don't panic. You're not trying to make the most perfect dough in the world, you're just trying to cook with children. So, I'm going to, thanks honey, get one we made earlier. Back in a second.
Whoa, it nearly folded.
Yeah, okay, we'll be really careful, won't you? Our dough has rested for a minute, and so now we are going to stretch it out by hand. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of flour on it before I hand it to you. So, this is how we stretch it by hand. Rowena, that's enough now, okay? What you do is you just wiggle it.
I need flour.
And you can put it down, no, put it down. Press it out with your hands. Okay, so we're trying to stretch it.
I like doing it with my belly for Play-Doh, but never done it with.
Okay, gentle, yeah, that's it. Okay. And then just keep putting it down. Spread it out. Stretch, 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 wiggle, 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 stretch, stretch, stretch.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
This is what all your kneading does.
I need dough.
Yeah, there you go, there's your one. But you have to put Ryder down, okay?
Oh my God.
Guys, gentle now, gentle. Okay. Now the dough is made, you need to treat it very gently and carefully, okay? So there's no more bashing it around the place. So you just gentle, Rowena, you're messing yours up now. Come on. Hey. Just calm yourself for a second. Calm hands. Okay, calm hands, Rowena. Calm hands, okay? Now press it gently, okay? So gently, Oscar. You're doing a grand job, Oscar.
I was turning mine into a burrito. Oh, listen, your burrito. Oh, listen, your burrito. Oh, listen, your burrito. Am I doing
Okay,
this down?
now what we do is I put it onto a tray and you can stretch it out a little bit, okay?
Stretch, stretch. Okay, can I put mine on this tray?
You can, yeah. I'm going to come over and help you.
Stop.
No,
It needs more.
it does need a bit more stretching, so you're going to wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Okay. Oh, wait, darling. You're not being gentle. Okay, hold on a second. Wait. I'll fix the hole. Please, now, okay? Now. Nice, gentle. Now, put your fingers on it like this. Gentle.
I am a bucket, but this is maybe I'm not very good at
You
music.
are good at it, Rowena, but you just need to listen to the instructions, okay? You're just going a bit dizzy now since we got to this part.
Yes.
Oscar, you alright? What happened? What did you do?
Don't puke in the name of the Lord. I was blowing the flowers and then I caused some fall. Mine is so sickly.
Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me just squeeze this out a bit more for you. And you know what? Actually, sorry, I forgot to do one thing. We're gonna have to put some flour underneath, right?
You forgot that.
I forgot it that
I
part.
forgot that on mine too.
Okay, Oscar. When we put the sauce on, where do we put it?
Not
In the
near,
middle.
Yes, but not near the edge.
Not near the edge, exactly.
Or else
Leave
it
a gap
has to-
around the edge, or else it will stick. Yeah.
edges able to have pizza.
Yeah, that's just
Because the edges are the crust.
Exactly, the edge is the crust. Well done, Oscar. No, we need to put a bit of flour
I'm
underneath
not
yours.
good at.
You are good at
No,
it.
I'm not good at choosing fragile things. They just break
Okay, well,
because I'm a big sis. A big sis.
the big
In
sister.
the summer, I'm gonna be 6. So then I'll be a